And different face coalition. Okay, I'm Sashki Roper. I'm from BIPOC BPN, so I will be hosting. And so I just oh my gosh, let me just take a moment. I'm just trying to get this to run as smoothly as possible. So I'll just do like a general introduction and continue from there. And you folks will take over.
Absolutely.
Yes, and thank you. Thank you.
Is anything sharing right now?
Not yet, Jason.
No, all right. Okay. So I'm glad we're doing this. Share. Oh yeah, I gotta hit the bottom button that says share. All right.
And Hannah from Face. And how's your oh, there it is. Something's up, yes.
We see
Oh,
the
where
full
did it?
PowerPoint screen, not the presentation screen.
Yeah, where did it go?
Just take your time.
There it is. All right. Okay, so slideshow from beginning. There we go. I can get rid of this. Okay, where did it go again? All right. Okay. All right. I think I got it.
Woohoo!
Okay, I'm just making sure I get everybody else. Logan's joining us tonight, yes?
No, unfortunately, he is not. He's under the weather, so you're stuck with me and me only.
We're not stuck. We're happy to have you. Okay, cool. Well, then it's probably just the three of us, unless Nancy is coming. But I don't see her in the list yet, so we can start right at 6:30 if you're ready to start right at 6:30 then.
Yes, okay. We
Who's
can.
going first? How's that working now?
We're going to do a general introduction from BIPOC VPN, and then you're up first, Jason.
Oh, I'm up first.
You're up first.
All right. Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yay!
How many? Oh, we got 23. Is that what I'm seeing so far? They're in the waiting room.
Well, they can all hear us, so we
Okay.
got 20. Yep.
Very nice. Very nice.
We're the three, you see. All right, we'll be starting shortly. I don't think anybody in the audience can unmute themselves. So if
Oh,
you have a question, feel free to raise your hand or type it in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer them as we go along. All participants can pose questions to hosts and panelists, so the three of us will be able to see them and when they pop up.
okay.
If that makes sense. And bear with me, I don't have much experience with Zoom webinars, so if this is a technology flop, I take the blame for it and we'll figure it out.
Don't be too hard. It's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself.
So you're pinning the blame on the Zoom. Is that my understanding?
No, I'm user error of Zoom. That's where I'm putting. I see somebody has their hand raised. I'm just trying to find you. Oh, you disappeared. The session will last probably an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how many questions you guys have. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but we do want to ensure that you get all of the valuable information that we could possibly have to give you. We put in 2 hours, but I don't think we're going to take the full 2 hours. All right, I think we're good to go.
Okay, let's give it a go. Good evening, everyone. It's good to see everyone out tonight. Welcome to our first virtual workshop in the financial literacy series. Today, September 26th, and we're starting at 6:30. I am Sashki Roper from BIPOC BPN, and this event is brought to you by Futurepreneur and Face Coalition. And on the panel tonight, we have Jason McDonald from Futurepreneur and Hannah from Face Coalition. And I will allow you to introduce yourselves and let's get the show going. Thank you.
Hannah, please go ahead first.
Okay, cool. So hi, everybody. My name is Hannah. I work with Face Coalition, and I'm based in the Halifax region, and I cover most of Atlantic Canada in terms of communication, marketing, and getting you all set up with the programming or the resources that you need. I've been with Face for about 10 months, and I am super excited that you all decided to spend your Thursday evening with us, because I know there are probably other things that you have on your plate. So we're going to make this as effective as possible. I did see in the chat if this is being recorded. Yes, it's being recorded. And we're going to do our best to ensure that everybody gets the information and has all their questions answered after the fact.
Thank you.
Jason?
And
Would you like me to go right into it? Do my introduction and just go right into my
yeah, why not? Make
all
it
right,
cool.
so that way we're not holding everybody up.
yeah,
Okay, I did this earlier. Let's see if I can do it again.
I believe in you.
you got this.
Oh yeah, I have to hit the share button. All right.
Hey, it worked first try.
All right, yes. Okay, everyone. Sego. Hello. My name is Jason McDonald. I hail from the Akwesasne Mohawk Territory. I am the Business Development Manager for Futurepreneurs Indigenous Entrepreneur Startup Program. What I will be talking about today is our Futurepreneur program, our core program, our side hustle program, and our Opicuin series. The Opicuin series, as you can see, Journey to Financial Empowerment, gives you some financial information that you would need as you're getting ready to apply for a loan to become an entrepreneur. Today, your host was supposed to be my coworker Logan, but unfortunately, Logan is under the weather. So as I said to Hannah earlier, you all are stuck with me today. And it's my pleasure to be here. And as Hannah and everyone has said so far, Niyomako, thank you very much for being here. This is a Thursday night, and let's get the show on the road, as it's already been said. Mission-driven organization. What is Futurepreneur all about? Our mission: to provide early-stage financing, mentorship, and other resources to help aspiring entrepreneurs between the ages of 18 and 39 launch successful businesses that contribute to sustainable economic development in their communities and for Canada. What we have, the Futurepreneur program, and what we have is access of up to 75,000. You see that says 60,000 on there. I did that intentionally. I left this screen incorrect so I could promote that September 12th. Just a mere couple of weeks ago, we were able to announce that we could increase our loan amount. So instead of 60, we are now offering 75,000. 25,000 from Futurepreneur, 50,000 from our partners, the BDC. What the $75,000 is, it is a non-collateral, credit-based, character-based loan with a 5-year payback term, with the first year being interest only, and the second through fifth year would be your interest plus principal, and it comes with a 2-year mentor. Our side hustle program, same thing. September 12th, we announced that there was an increase. We can now do up to 25,000 on our side hustle program, and that comes in set loans of 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25. And it matches the core program, and it now is a 5-year payback term. First year, interest only. Your second through fifth would be your interest plus principal, and it comes with a 2-year mentor. The mentor program for Futurepreneur. I really enjoy this stat 70% of small business owners who utilize mentorship will last 5 years or better. That is a very solid stat. Mentorship is key to surviving in today's day and age, in today's business world. And when you have a loan dispersed from Futurepreneur, it comes with a 2-year mentor. We will match you with a mentor. I'm just going to skip through some of these slides there in the interest of time. The IESP team, well, you're dealing with me today. Housekeeping, we'll skip by that. I'll stop right here. Our commitment to you. We do not tolerate harassment of participants in any form. If you feel you are being harassed or discriminated against, please send a direct email to the IESP team at futurepreneur.ca, as we provide a harassment-free and non-discriminatory environment for everyone. Within the interest of time, I'm going to skip over the icebreaker here, and you're going to hear me reference animals a lot. In the indigenous world, First Nations, animals mean a lot to our culture. We look at the animals, we study the animals help us survive. And we take from their teachings to help us survive. You will hear me reference animals, bears, wolf, as I continue with this presentation. That's the reason why the animals teach us. When it comes to the bear, it's known as one of the strongest and one of the most courageous animals. However, the bear needs other animals and the environment to survive. It needs help to be successful. The point being, it's a sign of great strength that if you need help, you ask for it. That's how you survive in business. The Opicuan Winter Workshop. I'll explain throughout the presentation that there's going to be 4 different workshops for Opicuan series. Oh, by the way, Opicuan, that is a Cree word translated to growth. That's what the Opicuan workshop is about. And the workshop that I'm presenting today is the Winter Workshop. We embrace the season of introspection and wisdom, symbolized by the white quadrant of the medicine wheel. Winter in indigenous cultures is a time for storytelling, reflection, and deep learning. The wolf, with its keen instincts and deep connection to the community, guides us through this season of internal exploration and understanding. In this workshop, we're going to cover foundational teachings, exploring indigenous knowledge and traditional teachings, pre-colonial indigenous economies, understanding the history of structural indigenous economies before colonization. That word. Money management. Learning about effective money management. Credit understanding. To me, the most important part of this workshop, the credit understanding, which we will go into a little more in detail further down this presentation. The foundational teachings for indigenous, the medicine wheel, the 10 Native American commandments, the seven sacred teachings, and TP teachings. The medicine wheel, the four quadrants that I had mentioned. We will be discussing the winter one today. The Native American commandments, the 10 Native American commandments. Very simple, but yet very powerful. Honor Mother Earth. Recognize the sanctity of all life. Give thanks to the Creator daily. Live in harmony with nature's cycles. Respect all relations. Use the earth's gifts wisely. Speak fully true for the benefit of others. Cherish life's experience without leaving a trace. Embrace the Creator within. Act for the common good. Very simple, but yet very strong. Our 7 sacred teachings: humility through the wolf, honesty from Sasquatch, respect from the buffalo, courage with the bear, wisdom by the beaver, love seen in the eagle, and truth carried by the turtle. The 7 sacred teachings. A bear moment, a time to reflect. Contemplate the teachings you've inherited from your family and community. Out of those teachings, what sticks out? What of those teachings sticks out that has helped guide your life direction? Write it down. Write down what these teachings, what these values are, what you were taught as you were growing up that has influenced your life, that has influenced your perspective on stuff. Something to think about. A bare moment. Reflect on it. Pre-colonial indigenous economies, traditional indigenous economies, trade networks, indigenous technological contributions, impact of colonial, that word, on indigenous economies. One of these days I'll say it. As I said, I'm just going to be skipping through here. Oops, I went too far on that one. My apologies. Traditional indigenous economics. Our ancestors practiced a subsistence mode of production, sometimes referred to as domestic production or natural economy or seasonal integrated economy, which includes hunting, fishing, gathering, trapping, and other activities. These activities provided not just for economic gain, but for the sustenance of the whole community, with any surplus being shared during festivals and ceremonies, enhancing community bonds and individual prestige. Trade networks. Now, what you're seeing on the slide and what I'm about to tell is two entirely different things. In order to thrive, trade networks required infrastructure such as roads and railways. For myself, Akwesasne Mohawk Territory, proud member, born and raised, never left. My grandmother, the late Mary Adams from Akwesasne. If you Google that name, Mary Adams, Akwesasne, I guarantee it'll come up. She is a world-renowned basket maker. Her baskets sit in many museums, including the Museum of Natural History and Smithsonian Institute, Washington, D.C., the Vatican, where she personally handed one of her baskets to Pope John Paul II. She is world-renowned. What people don't know is she got to that level of making those beautiful baskets, not out of want, out of need, out of necessity. She was making those baskets, and in her case, Akwesasne Mohawk Territory, St. Lawrence River runs right through us. It wasn't roads and railways, it was waterways. And we use waterways, which we still use to this day, another story in itself, which we still use to this day. And that's what my grandmother would do. She would take her baskets, she would go from one shore to the other, using those baskets to barter, to trade, to sell, to survive. Entrepreneurship in the indigenous world has been with us for generations and generations. Technological contributions. When you think of technological contributions, everybody is immediately thinking, you're thinking phone, you're thinking computer, you're thinking all of that. Technological contributions, something as simple as figuring out how to waterproof clothing, how to develop canoes and snowshoes, things that developed that helped everybody develop to help everybody grow. So there's a wide definition to the word technological contributions. I'm not even going to go into this one. Impact of colonial, that word, on indigenous economies. Everybody knows what happened. There's no need to go into it. We're moving forward. Despite these challenges, indigenous economies are experiencing a resurgence driven by resilience and innovation. A bare moment, reflecting on economic history. By reflecting on traditional values and their application in today's business world, you will gain valuable insights into how these enduring principles can shape contemporary entrepreneurship and economic strategies. Historical reflection. Reflecting on traditional economic economies you learned about. Consider the key characteristics. Modern application. How can those historical reflections, those key characteristics, tie into today's modern business world? And then your personal connection. How can your own beliefs, your own identities tie in with your historical reflections, tying in to a modern business world? A repair moment, a reflection. We don't need to take a break. Money, savings, and bank accounts. Understanding money. Incorporating bank accounts, types of bank accounts, and business accounts. This is where If you don't know, this is where it's a good time to pay attention. Understanding money. Money is a powerful tool for trade, investment, and planning for emergencies. It's essential for daily transactions as a means of savings and building wealth. Money exists in various forms, from physical currency to digital formats. Effective money management leads to financial stability and empowerment. I want to stop right there when it says money exists in various forms, from physical currency to digital formats. What we learned in COVID from where I had to endure COVID in my hometown, for a lot of stores, cash was no longer taken. You had to use card only. They would not handle cash. Slowly but surely, I am now going on a little small rant of my own personal opinion that the physical money, physical currency, eventually is going to be faded out, which will make it all digital formats. Need to be careful when it comes to as you're becoming an entrepreneur, as you're building your credit. If you go bad in your credit and we go into a digital world where physical money is no longer available, they have you. So that's my little rant coming back into where I was. You just need to be careful with credit, and I'll explain further along. So effective money management. Another bear moment. Forming a positive relationship with money. Let's deepen our understanding of our personal relationship with money. By exploring your financial behaviors, priorities, and the impact of money on your well-being, you'll gain insights that can guide you towards healthier financial habits. Financial role models. Do you have somebody who has financial habits that you admire? What are these habits? Why do you like them? Why do they appeal to you? Personal finance honesty. Assess your financial habits critically. Identify areas where you need more discipline. Always using myself as an example. For more discipline, I don't need Amazon.ca just a click away. That is discipline that I need. I personally need for personal finance honesty. Money versus happiness. Do you focus more on accumulating health or experiences that can bring you joy? Hopefully both. That's up to you to decide. Money's role in well-being. Consider your financial situation and how it affects your mental health and emotional health. Once again, using myself as an example. I was making very good money in a job. I was there for 15 years. Every day I walked in wondering if that was going to be my last day or not. That wasn't healthy. Good money, yes. Healthy? Absolutely not. Money triggers. Identify specific situations or factors that cause financial stress in your life. When that credit card monthly statement comes in and you break into a sweat. Money triggers. Initiating change. Brainstorm practical steps that you can improve your financial health, as I've been using myself as an example. Financial honesty, make it a little harder to get to Amazon.ca. Stop using the credit card as often as I do. Bare moments, reflecting. Incorporating bank accounts. Understanding the different types of bank accounts and their features is crucial for effective financial management. This is where I start the story by using myself as an example. The first 10 years of my professional career. Here in the Akwesasne territory, it was considered under the table, which meant at the end of the week, I was handed an envelope. It had cash in it with a pay stub about this big, and all it said was the amount of hours I worked that week, how much I was getting paid. 10 years. When I went and got my first real job that had taxes and all benefits taken out, I freely admit I cried, and I have been crying ever since. I wasn't the only one who was like this, who needed this education. It's something as simple for myself when I went to go start a bank account. You need 2 pieces of ID. I walked in with a driver's license thinking, all right, this is a state document. And no, I needed 2 forms of documentation. In case you're not aware of that, if you've never opened a bank account, you need 2 forms of identification. And there's the identifications that they would be looking for: a government issued ID, recent notices of tax assessments, utility bills, statements of benefits, passport. You need 2 pieces of identification when you go to start a bank account. Types of bank accounts. You have your checking account, ideal for daily financial transactions. Your savings account, designed for saving money over time. Your low cost accounts and your no cost accounts. This is where you need to do your homework. Which one is going to work for you? As an example, are you somebody who makes 1 or 2 transactions a month? Maybe the no cost accounts will work, often available to certain groups such as students, seniors, some who are receiving benefits. They waive monthly fees, may offer a limited number of transactions. Pay attention to what bank account you are getting. Which one will benefit you the most? Which one do you need? Which one do you don't need? Because all bank accounts, with exception for this no cost accounts, all bank accounts, there is some sort of monthly fee. When you're looking to start a bank account, do your homework. Bank account, I'll continue. There's joint accounts. There's positives and negatives to a joint account. And once again, using myself as an example, I can certainly account for the negative. Positive joint account, simple money management. There's 2 people overseeing the account. That way, 2 eyes are on it. Enhanced transparency, same thing, 2 eyes on it. Convenient in case of emergencies. If somebody's not available, the other person can get it. Negatives about a joint account: potential for financial disagreements, credit risk, complicated separation process, and people just disappear. So once again, you need to choose the right account. Assess your needs, compare options, and most importantly, read that fine print. You're starting a bank account. As I said, every bank account has some sort of fee. There's always some sort of eligibility requirement. There's something. Read the fine print. Business account. A business account is a crucial component for any entrepreneur or business owner. It serves as a dedicated platform for managing business finances, distinctly separated from personal finances. This separation is not just a best practice, but a fundamental aspect of professional and efficient business management. Key benefits of having a separate business account: clear financial separation. You know, okay, this amount of money is to be used towards the business. This amount of money is being used towards my living, my personal utilities, my expenses, etc. There is a clear line. I have personally seen many people get in trouble when there wasn't a clear line, thinking the business was doing well, started buying themselves personal vehicles, and before you know it, the business goes under. Why? Because they overspent. The business would have kept running, but they overspent. With a business account and a personal account, there is a clear separation. And of course, the other benefits: enhanced professionalism, accurate bookkeeping, and that goes right back. Accurate bookkeeping to what's personal, what's business, and simplified tax preparation. Go in with the plan. Review your accounts with the representative once a year, or if there is a major change in your finances. Ask your representative to suggest ways to reduce your fees. If you have already established and maintained a relationship with a financial institution, you can ask for lower fees or waive some of your fees. Now, keep in mind, you can ask for lower fees or waive some of your fees. Waive some of your fees. You're always going to have a fee of some sort. Point I'm getting to is when they're talking about ask your representative to suggest ways to reduce your fees, that is their job. Don't be afraid to make them do their job. You're paying for it. Any type of fee that you're paying, You are paying, and indirectly, directly, they're to have them be there. Use them to your advantage. Use anything that you have to your advantage when it comes to business. Every penny counts. Another bear moment. 9 questions to reflect on. Does the bank have an online banking and mobile app? Are you able to do some quick banking? Are you able to do some transferring of accounts from a mobile app? Where are the bank branches? You may have banks that have, okay, we have no fees, we have no this, we have no that. Great, excellent, outstanding. All right, where's the closest branch? Oh, 5 hours away. Okay, where are the bank branches? Sometimes you may have to pay that fee, but the convenience of having it right there, once again, you decide. What are the bank fees? There is going to be a fee of some sort, guaranteed. There's going to be a fee of some sort. Pay attention to what those fees are. What are the minimum balance requirements? I'm going to add further in this presentation. I'm going to talk about minimum balance requirements, but what are the minimum balance requirements? Can I use an ATM for free? Most of the time, you go to use an ATM that's not associated with your lending institution. You're paying $2.50, maybe $3. Think about that. My father always used to say this to me. He says, you go into an ATM and you're paying to get your own money out. Welcome to the world of convenience. Can I use an ATM for free? When it comes to business entrepreneurship in today's day and age, every penny counts. And if you can do yourself a favor and save pennies here, pennies there, those pennies add up to dollars. So before I go off on another spiel here, see if you can use the ATM for free. And will it cost me to transfer money? Once again, there is always a fee. Are you going to pay $10 to make a simple transfer from savings to checking? Fine print. Fine print. Do I have to pay for checks or replace cards? Now, the word checks, that's almost a dying thing as well, as everything seems to be going digital, but still, I am a treasurer to my local fire department. I've been a member for 30 years, been the treasurer for 20. Checks still do exist, but again, it is a dying thing. But still, do I have to pay for those checks when I need more? Do I have to pay for replacement cards? Fees. Fine print. What's the interest rate? Make sure you know what the interest rates are. Make sure you understand what interest rate is. Does the checking account offer awards? Once again, doing your homework, reading the fine print. Does the checking account offer rewards? There are some checking accounts, the more you use it, the more rewards you get. Some have cash back, etc., etc. Read the fine print. Read what works for you. Every penny counts. Pennies add up to dollars. Credit fundamentals. What is a credit score? How to establish credit. Impact your credit score maintenance, and improving a credit score. Credit fundamentals. Here we go. I'm going to go. What is a credit score? Your credit score is a 3-digit number ranging from 300 to 900, and it is used by lenders to evaluate the risk of lending money. Derived primarily from your credit report, it reflects your credit management skills and influences lenders' willingness to offer credit. This score fluctuates based on factors like credit length, payment habits, and outstanding debts. Starting your relationship with credit early is advisable, as having no credit can sometimes be as detrimental as having bad credit. Myself, example, one point in time in my life was rather proud of myself, paid everything off, paid my credit cards off. I didn't have a vehicle payment going. I decided to go get a new vehicle, and my credit score had gone down. Why? Because there was no credit activity. By no credit activity, Jason McDonald didn't exist in the bank's eyes, so I had to start from the beginning. So credit as early as possible, and just be careful with your credit, as we will talk about here more. How to establish a credit. Apply and borrow only what you can afford to repay. For myself, I established my credit by going to a jewelry store and getting their credit card. 18 years old, I was approved for it, all very happy, got myself a nice watch, walking around showing off my nice watch, and I'm making the minimum payment. 6 months into this, I start looking at the statement and I'm wondering how come nothing is going down. I'm making these payments, but it only seems to be going down a few dollars at a time. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want, is to have you make minimum payments. And by making minimum payments, the lending institution, the credit card company, they are making more money. You make a minimum payment, they make more money. Keep that in mind. Minimum balances, keep that in mind. Accept only the amount of credit you need. If you only need $10,000, there's no need to borrow 20. Only borrow what you need and avoid exceeding your credit limits. Personal experience, hitting that your credit card is maxed notification in the mail. Yeah, that's a learning experience. Avoid exceeding it. As I said earlier, accept only the amount of credit you need, the amount you know you can pay back. You're borrowing $5,000, but yet you only have $3,000. How are you doing this? Borrow only what you can afford. I'm going to go back to this one for a second here in regards to pay your bills and loans. Apply and borrow only what you can afford. I'm going back to read the fine print and the interest rates. That credit card that I spoke about that I got and was paying a minimum balance on, I was also paying 24.99%. That's very simple. Borrow $10,000. I'm paying back $12,499. I'm paying back close to $2,500 back to the bank if I was to make those minimum payments. Watch the interest rate. Watch the interest rate. Quick story. I used to sell power sports. I watched somebody purchase a $20,000 vehicle. They were new to credit. They were approved for it. Very, very happy. Signed a contract that showed they were paying 24.99% on a $20,000 vehicle. Do the math. Be careful what you're getting. Know what you're getting into. Know the interest rates. Read the fine print. Know the fees. What impacts your credit score? Soft checks. Checking your own credit report and score, that does not affect your credit score. What affects your credit score is hard checks. That's when you're going to the bank. Correction. You're going to buy a car. You're going to go borrow the money. The bank is going to do a credit check to see how your credit score is. The lending institution themselves are doing a credit check. That's a hard check. Every time they do a hard check, that is points off your credit score. As you heard earlier, between 300 and 900, every point counts, every penny counts. Credit score calculation factors, payment history. As I mentioned earlier, telling my story, I paid everything off and I was credit free for 8 months or so. When I came back to it, because there was no payment history, my credit score went down. They are looking for payment history, credit utilization, the length of credit history, mix of credit types, inquiries. As you can see, there is many factors when it comes into calculating your credit score. You have to take a lot of things into consideration. Credit utilization, how often are you using it? Payment history, as I already told you. Steps to improve your credit score. Excuse me, I just have to take a quick drink of water. Steps to improve your credit score. Budget. Plan your income and expenses. How much money do you have coming in for the month? How much expenses do you have for the month? Are they balancing out? Do you have money left over? Are you buried in debt? Budgeting. Free up, eliminate unnecessary expenses. Get that Amazon.ca tab away from me. Prefer cash over credit for purchases. Again, as I said earlier, the cash is a dying thing. To say it correctly in today's day and age, prefer debit over credit for purchases. There's a difference between debit and credit. Debit, it's money that's already in your account. Credit, you're borrowing it. Review. Regularly check your monthly statements for accuracy. This one I highly, highly, highly recommend. You check your statements every month, Personal story. I went and canceled Netflix. Of all things, I had canceled Netflix. I made the phone call. I sent the email. I talked to somebody. I'm canceling Netflix. I had to answer the 15 questions while I was canceling. Okay, done. All said and done. 3 months later, I go to check my bank statement, and I was still paying for Netflix subscription. Watch your monthly statement. Make sure that, especially if you have canceled something, make sure that it has been officially canceled. Keep an eye on your finances. Today's day and age, the digital world, your finances, your life can easily be ruined by someone who knows what they're doing with a computer. Watch your monthly statements. Choose offer credit solutions that meet your needs. Cashback credit cards. Once again, that goes back to reading the fine print, knowing the bank fees, knowing what's available to you. Cashback credit cards. You see it on TV. You see it often enough. You spend a certain amount of money. You pay that certain amount of money back, and you get some sort of credit, may it be award or cash, some sort, yeah, point award or cash back. And goals. Very simple. Plan for the future. The credit bureaus that you have that are available, Equinox, TransUnion, how to find and access your credit scores. You're entitled to a free copy of your credit report every 12 months from each of the 3 nationwide credit bureaus by visiting annualcreditreport.com. You can also create an Equifax account to get 6 free credit reports each year. So as you can see, it's on the screen here. If you want to find out your credit score, there's the way to find it out. Other providers, bear a moment. Understanding your credit score, this quiz. You know what? We're going to skip the quiz in the interest of time. Yeah, blah, blah, okay. Self-reflection, preparing. So we will have the spring workshop coming, and our next, this is workshop 1 of 5. In our next workshop, I will be presenting the spring workshop and preparing for next gathering, balance, planning, credit as an environment. It's an advancement of what was just said today. If you would like to know more about what's going on for the Futurepreneurs IESP program, please email us at iesp@futurepreneur.ca. And I want to stop there because I'm not sure if I clarified at the beginning. I am here for Futurepreneur on behalf of the Indigenous Entrepreneur Startup Program. However, Futurepreneur helps everybody. We have a Black Entrepreneur Startup Program. We have the Women's Entrepreneur Startup Program. We help all diverse young entrepreneurs. I just want to clarify that. It's not just Indigenous. We help everybody. When it comes to the Indigenous information, email us at iesp@futurepreneur.ca. And everybody, you jump on www.futurepreneur.ca website. We have a website that was we just revamped it within the last couple of months. We're quite proud of it. There are many resources that are on our webpage that are available to everybody. You heard me mention our age bracket of 18 to 39. You don't fall in that age bracket, but there's some information on our resources that could assist you. You're more than welcome to it. There are virtual trainings that are available. We have a business writer software that will assist you as you are developing your business plan. There is credit credit videos. There's Rock Your Business virtual trainings taking place once a month, once a quarter. Futurepreneur.ca. Jump on our website and you can see what is available. Oh, yeah, if I went to here, I could. So go to our website, learn all about what we have. As I said, the business plans, financial templates, training videos, everything that we have that is available to everyone, everyone, everyone. You're not in the 18 to 39, it's still available to you. Please use it if it can assist you. And again, it's Logan's name up here. My name is Jason McDonald. If you need to get in contact with me, it's J McDonald, JMCDonald at futurepreneur.ca. What I'll do is I'll put it in the chat once I'm done presenting here. But I thank everyone there's our survey. If anybody wants to use their phone and do a quick survey, that would be much appreciated. But that was a very short and sweet about our first Opicuan series, The Journey to Financial Empowerment, our winter.
Yes,
Our
that
winter
was
one.
awesome. Thank you. Can I say thank you?
Yes, please.
Oh my goodness. I was taking notes and I learned something today. And it might not necessarily be Opicuan means growth.
Correct.
Opicuan means growth. I'm sorry, but it means something for you to teach that word to me. Because Opicuan to you and to everybody on this live today who's participating in this financial literacy workshop, I don't know if it's okay for me to say Opicuan to everyone, like growth to everyone. Like I wish for everyone growth. Thank you so much, Jason. That was very concise. You covered very important topics and reminders for myself personally. And this is like a piece of gold just fell in our laps, because I'm sure that even though we're all in our own, our own financial journeys or whatever in lives, it's great to have these reminders and these checks that we need to be on top of, like our credit score and budgeting and stuff like that. So just as a human being, I guess, on this call and being blessed by your knowledge and your presentation. Thank you so much. And thank you for teaching all of us about bare moments, time to reflect, contemplate, reflect, and journal. Those are some points that I took from there. And money is a tool. I just wanted to remind everyone, money is a tool, and for trade, investment, and emergencies. That very important. And also it leads to financial stability and empowerment. And those are some very key points I found in your presentation. And also it's physical and digital. We need to be careful about the digital aspect of it too. Thank you so much for those reminders. Okay, I talked too much. Sorry. Hannah.
Cool. Jason, do you want to take any questions now before people forget? Would that be the best?
Sure. If there's any questions, I'm fire away or fire in the chat, or yeah, I put my email in the chat. I said I was gonna put my email in the chat, so let me put my email in the chat.
All right.
That way, if anybody wants to talk directly to me.
Okay. I think you can unmute. Kingspro. I think you're good to go.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So my question is, first question is, how long does the program run before we get funding or the mentoring?
Okay. So the way it works is once you submit a business plan and a 2-year projection cash flow chart. I probably never said that. So in order to get the ball rolling, what we would need to submit is a 2-year projection cash flow chart and a business plan. Once that's submitted, and once I estimate high at 6 to 8 weeks from submission of business plan, cash flow chart to getting the loan dispersed. Once the loan is dispersed, that's when the mentor comes into play. So it's that disbursement of the loan when the mentor comes into play.
Okay. So basically I have everything.
Okay, great.
License, plan, account. I'm just actually looking for the funding to further my company.
Well, we
Start
can
up.
chat. I've just put my email in the chat. Let's make a meeting and we'll see what we can do.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there a deadline to submit this?
No, nope. This is what I tell everybody. The only deadline is the deadline that you put as the entrepreneur who's building a business. That's the only deadline that you answer to, not me.
Perfect. So there's a link where I can upload all my documents, my ID, my business plan, or do I have to fax it over? How do you guys receive it?
For Futurepreneur, you would jump on our website
Okay.
and you would create your own portal. And once you
Okay.
create your own portal, that's when but don't upload your business plan and cash flow chart right off. Once you create your portal, depending where you are, my coverage area, I am Maritime Provinces, Newfoundland, Labrador, Ontario, Quebec. So in that area, if you were to identify as First Nations, your file would immediately automatically come to me. From there, I'm your first point of contact as a business development manager. We would go over your business plan, your cash flow chart. If there's anything that needs to be worked on, we'll work on it together. And then once it's done, that's when I would advise you to, okay, in your portal, upload your business plan and cash flow chart. Because once you upload it, that's when the process begins. That's when a credit check occurs. So you talk with a business development manager first before you do upload it. But the first thing, futurepreneur.ca, go and create your portal.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so next person I'm allowing to unmute. Okay, you should be good to go.
Good. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it
Hello.
going?
Yeah, my name is Usman Gam. Thank you very much, Jason, for your presentation. Very pertinent. I have only one question because I'm a little bit confused because I know Face Coalition is doing funding also.
Yeah.
From what I heard, Jason, Futurepreneur is doing the same thing. What's the link between both of you?
Go ahead, Hannah. You can answer that because Hannah's going to be giving her presentation next, so she'll be able to answer that question.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you all a phase presentation here in just a minute. I just wanted to be sure that we got all the Futurepreneur specific questions before I give you more information. But essentially, we had a conversation and we figured two organizations are better than one, and rather than trying to spread you guys thin in who you should go to, who you should talk to, we really wanted to partner up and collaborate and give you all of the information so you could find the organization that's going to be best for you. Jason and I, well, on paper, we might be competing organizations. Our goal is to further you guys. And so we are here in a collaborative effort to ensure that you guys get what you need. Anything to add, Jason?
Thank you.
Just trying to be the one-stop shop. That's what we're trying to be.
Yep. We have the resources. We just want to give them to you. So
Yes,
this is how we thought we
Yeah,
could
but
do it.
we can come to both of you at the same time,
Say that again, sorry?
We can come to both of you at the same time. So we need to choose.
Well, and that's the thing. Face might We serve an older demographic as well. So somebody might automatically fall into our demographic more than futurepreneurs. So it really just is a matter of, like Jason said, for bank accounts, do your
Okay.
research, understand what's going to work for you. We are here regardless of what organization you choose, or if you choose both of us for one thing or another. Our goal is just to support you and provide you with all the information.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bongani, sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly.
No, that's okay. Thanks for this opportunity, and thanks for the presentation. It was overwhelming. So my question is, can I have the copy of the recording to listen, because the information was very good and overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't know if I can have that the copy of the recorded presentation.
A copy of the recording of the presentation?
Yes, please.
Jason, where do you guys stand on this?
It's already recorded. It's available to them, you know.
Yeah, we will be sure that you guys get the information that you need. I don't think we have that exactly figured out how we're going to do that to ensure that happens. But we'll be sure that you guys all get the information that you need.
Okay, thanks. And secondly, it's you say it's more, the program is mostly for the under 39s, and for myself, I'm over that age limit.
Mm-hmm.
So for my age group, is there a specific website?
Oops.
Oh,
My computer muted him accidentally. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm saying the Jason was talking about that today was mainly focused on the age group up to 39 years old. So myself, I'm over 39 years old. So what's the link for the people who are over 39 years old to make an application?
Jason, do you want to answer that for Futurepreneur?
For Futurepreneur, yes, it is 18 to 39. And then if you are over the age of 39, that's where I count on the partnerships that I have with Hannah and all that to say, you know, there's unfortunately Futurepreneur, I can't assist past 39, but I will do my best to give you the resources in your area that would assist you. That's my response. That's the best I can give you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Thank you for the questions.
And there was a question in the chat. No, there's no charge for our services. No.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see there are a couple questions in the chat, including as a startup and business still under a year, how can someone get access to funding for Futurepreneur specifically?
Oh yeah, that changed. Okay, as a startup business still under a year. Now we're under 2 years. So that used to be, it couldn't have been in operation full time for more than a year. Now it's full time for up to 2 years, not past 2 years, up to 2 years. So just to clarify that. So as a startup business still under a year, can someone get access to funding? Yes, you can.
Cool. Okay, Mimi, go ahead.
Hi guys. Thank you for the class. I just wanted to know if it's an incorporation and there are more than 3 people that co-own the business. If one of them is under 39, can you still apply for the Futurepreneur grant for the a loan?
In a case like that, if there are 3 people involved, but only one is in the age bracket, that one would have to be majority owner.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I think I answered all the questions in the chat, I believe. Is credit a big factor to the startup? And yes, it is. As we are a loan, it is a non-collateral credit-based, character-based loan when it comes to Futurepreneur. So I want to answer that question honestly. Yes, it is.
Yep. Mashire, I'm sorry if I did not get that correct.
Yes, right. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for the presentation. It was very, and it is very, very, very good. This is not enough to say that, but and really I very excited and very helpful. I hope very nice future for both. And my first question already you are answered regarding for the age. I have if like I have partner, me and my son can be also they can provide, and me over 39, my son less, and we have like partner together can be.
I'm not sure if I'm here. I'm sorry, it's you're very low. If are you asking that if you and your son are in a business, you're over 39, can he apply? Is that what you asked?
Yes, together, yeah, we are partner together. Yeah.
If he's majority owner,
Mm. Mm. Can, no? And
Yes.
this is for all provinces, or so like me from Ontario.
Yeah, Futurepreneur and Face service all provinces.
yes,
Mm.
and territories. Can't forget the
territories.
territories.
Yes. I didn't want to speak for the territories for you guys. I know we do, but I do provinces.
In fact, with a departure of one of my coworkers, territories became part of my territory. So,
Nice.
all right. Yeah.
And please also, Hannah, can send your email. Can
Yes,
you write? Can you write? Yeah. Okay.
Sure thing. Adding that now.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, last question, I think.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Regarding the age, why is the age restricted at 39? Is there a reason behind it? Wouldn't that be a little bit discriminatory to those who are above 39 but would like to start a business? And is there a good reason behind that restriction? Thank you.
When it comes to Futurepreneur, thank you for the question. When it comes to Futurepreneur, I started here in August of 2021. That was the age group, and it has been the age group. There has been discussion to wanting to raise the age group, but at this time, to answer your question, you asked me, is there a good reason why there's a stoppage at 39? I can't answer that. I'm answering you honestly. That's how I operate. I answer honestly. I'm for Futurepreneur, and I believe we're not the only institution. In fact, I think there's other ones that they stop at 35. So our funding sources, they set the parameters for us, and as we're considered a startup, 18 to 39 is considered the startup age. And I will using once again my own personal opinion, I disagree with that myself as Indigenous, because for the Indigenous communities, some of us get going later in life. We're doing other things, taking care of our elders before we can finally say, all right, now it's our turn. The age 39, you ask any one of the employees of Futurepreneur, we're going to agree with you when we say, yeah, it needs to be up, but it's out of our hands when it comes to the parameters and our funding sources. But we agree with you when it comes to 39, it needs to be higher.
Yep.
Is it the same for PACE as well? Is it the same restriction? Is there? I mean, honestly, I feel like you could be 45 and you could still have all these ideas to make a good business, which might be successful, right? And I mean, this is not your fault to be at that age and not have the funding available to you, which is available to the other ages. And doesn't this amount to ageism discrimination? I mean, how do you see it? How does FACE see it? How does it reason out this?
So for FACE, we fund anybody over the age of 18. So 18 to 103. If you have a solid business plan, if you got like a decent enough credit score, we have a little bit of leeway. I saw in question what's the minimum credit score required. It varies depending on what your business plan is, what your cash flow is, if you've already been in business for a little bit. Typically, I think, Jason, you can correct me on this, a normal credit score that lenders will look at as seen okay is 660, 650 in that range.
I try to usually, I normally use 650. At least 650 or better. They're going to start looking at you. If you're
Yeah.
up and closer to 8, if you're in the 8s, they want you to sign. They want you. So yeah, 650 or better is what you're going to want to be looking at.
So that's that. As for the age group, yeah, FACE funds anybody 18 and older. And Jason said that if they could, like if the employees at that level could change it, they would. But unfortunately, when you're a nonprofit and you have different funding sources, you don't always have the ability to change that. Sometimes funding is designated for a specific demographic, and that's out of our hands. Our job is just to do the best that we can, given the parameters that we have.
All right, at least we have FACE. Thank you both. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. For the interest of time, I'm going to put a pause on the questions. If you have questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, and Jason will do his best to answer those. I'm going to give you a quick presentation on FACE and some of the things that we do, as well as side hustles, because that's my passion. I love side hustles. And then if there's time at the end, which there should be, we can answer some more questions. So that's what we're gonna do.
Excited to hear about side hustles. I know that we all are excited to hear about side hustles. So let's go.
Now let's see if I can do as good as Jason and get this on the first try.
You got this.
How we doing? Did I do it? Can you see? Can you not see?
Yes, I can see everything.
Yes, you did. You got it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
First try.
Yay. Boy, it's been a day, guys. Okay, so side hustles for success. This is gonna be short and sweet and condensed, and Jason, you're a hard act to follow, so let's see if I can live up to your standard of presentation. Okay, so first off, the FACE solution. Our mission is to drive generational wealth powered by sustainable economic resources, capacity, and strategic partnerships. It's a mouthful. Essentially, my job is to ensure that you are learning and growing so that future generations can also learn and grow and build off of that. Who is FACE? Well, FACE is a national bilingual Black-led nonprofit organization focused on providing resources and information to the Black community across Canada. Again, our goal is to accelerate wealth creation for Canadians of African, Caribbean, and Black descent. We manage a $160 million Black entrepreneurship loan fund that was created by the federal government. So it's a component of the Black entrepreneurship program. And our loans, they are loans, not grants, so you do have to pay them back. Our loans range from $10,000 to $250,000. We collaborate with other organizations like Futurepreneur and BIPOC BPN to ensure that you are getting the educational resources, grants, and other opportunities you need to succeed in the Canadian and export environment. Loan overview, so $10,000, $250,000. Typically a 60-month or 5-year principal repayment term. They're all term loans, up to 12 months moratorium on principal payments. I think I got that word correctly. And the interest rates do vary based on credit rating and other applicable factors like business, industry, business documentation, things like that. So it's not a one-hit wonder when it comes to credit rating or interest rates. That does vary case to case. So who can qualify? Well, any Canadian or permanent resident can qualify. So unfortunately, our parameters do exclude international students. And that is just one that we have to work within. Anybody that self-identifies as Black is at least 18 years old, and the business itself is 51% Black owned with the majority voting rights. Be a for-profit business. So unfortunately, we don't fund non-for-profits or nonprofits. And you have to register your business. Doesn't mean you have to be incorporated. If you're a sole proprietor or a partnership, you don't have to be incorporated, but you do have to be registered. So that's a short and sweet about us. The agenda that I want to talk to you tonight is about side hustles, so SMART goals. Jason kind of touched on separating incomes already. We're going to go into some of my favorite side hustle secrets, setting up marketing tactics, some mentorship, things like that. So SMART goals, you may have heard of SMART goals, and just so you know, I can't see the chat. So if everybody's like, I've heard of SMART goals and I'm still talking about it, it's because I can't see what you're saying yet, just to say. So SMART goals, for anybody who hasn't heard, is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. I personally love and hate SMART goals. I love them because they're effective, but I hate them because they make me think. So that's just my relationship with SMART goals, but they do work and they do work well. You can break SMART goals down even further, and this is when they start working really, really well. You can put daily SMART goals, you can put weekly SMART goals, monthly, 1 year, 3 to 5 years, and all of these goals actually translate into your business plan. And we're going to get more into that in future weeks, but a business plan is a living document. So you don't just write it when you're applying for loans, you update it continually, and you want to make sure that it's growing alongside your business. And some SMART goals allow you to keep track of that growth in your plan and update it as you need. So some tools and tips. Bookkeeping, when you're creating SMART goals or you're looking for bookkeeping or other things like that, one thing to keep in mind is that there's lots of programs out there and there's lots of free programs out there. And one of the free programs is Wave and Excel or Google Sheets, or I don't think QuickBooks has a free program anymore. They used to. But when you're bookkeeping, it's really important to start with free and then build your way up to paid. This will help keep your costs low, and the time you spend to get to know the free program will add into the time you spend once you start paying for something. So it's really important to spend some time, and I would even create a SMART goal. It'd be like, listen, I want to build my cash flow, or I want to build my budget in this program, whatever program I decide, maybe it's Excel, and I want to have it built out and understand it within a month. And the way I'm going to do that in SMART goals is I'm going to spend 30 minutes once a week or twice a week, and I'm going to spend 30 minutes in Excel or on YouTube learning how to do it and do it effectively. And by the end of that 1 month period, I'll be able to have my budget, understand the basics of the program that my budget is in, and know where I stand financially. And then just work your way through understanding and learning all the different tools that you're going to be using in your business at the beginning. I personally find the best way to learn something is to add a SMART goal into how I'm going to learn it. Give myself a timeline, give myself some realistic expectations, some time blocking, and then build it up from there. So the same thing for client management tools. I could use Excel to keep track of name, last name, first name, email address, phone number. You could use HubSpot, MailChimp, Monday. Monday is not a typo. It is an actual client management and project management tool. Why they called it Monday, I don't know. I kind of love it though. And then Flowdesk, among some others. You might have one that you're already using and that you love, which is great. If you don't have a client management tool, essentially this is just a tool to keep track of all of the people that you meet, all the people that could become customers, or all the people that are currently customers, or resources or mentors. Most of them will have to-do lists in them, so you can attach a to-do list to a client, and then it will remind you of when you need to follow up or when you need to do something, rather than trying to keep everything in your brain, because if you're like me, you can't keep everything in your brain. I rely heavily on client management tools because my brain just does not think like that. Websites, Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, all very popular. YouTube is my favorite education center, I'll be honest. If you find a solid YouTube video or a channel on YouTube, if you search, let's say Squarespace for beginners, and maybe you're not a video person, maybe you're a blog person, there'll be lots of solid material online where you don't have to pay for it to get the basics. And that's a great place to start. And whether you've been in business for a long time or you're just starting, this technology is always changing, so it's worth going back and reviewing things that you may have missed, or new updates or new tools. So don't discount your time in the industry for knowing everything you need to know about this technology, because I've been in this industry for over 10 years and it's always changing. So it's always great to, have reminders set to go back and learn the updates and see how you can make your website better or your social media platforms better using the tools that have been released. In terms of social posting, I didn't add this in here. It might be added in another slide, but my biggest piece of advice to anybody in a side hustle or creating smart goals for social posting is start with one social media account. Don't try to be everything on everything. You will burn out so quickly. I've done it. I've been there. I despised it. Instead, choose a platform that you are comfortable with and just hone in on that one platform. Get into a good rhythm, get into a good schedule, find a pace that works for you, and then add in another platform, because they don't all work the same. They don't all want the same things. And if you are just trying to be everything on all of the platforms, it's not going to work effectively. It's better to master one and then dabble in the others. So I know plenty of people that will choose Instagram or they'll choose LinkedIn, and that one platform will be their main. It all depends on where your clients are and what platform they're using, but it also depends on what you're comfortable with. So start with the one that you're most comfortable with, own it, become a pro at it, and really start making a solid foundation on social media with that platform, and then build on top of it. Some ways you can make a solid foundation is scheduling, batch creating content, using Meta Suite, which is the Facebook, Instagram calendar schedule. Later is also a scheduler. Hootsuite is an expensive scheduler. Canva allows you to schedule the content, but it doesn't automatically post. So while you can see in the calendar of Canva when you want things to go in, you'll actually have to go and post that stuff yourself. Whereas the other ones will do it automatically once you attach a time to them. Some ways to design or create content: Canva, Adobe, ChatGPT. Adobe is the expensive one out of the three. Canva, you can use a free version. I have a side hustle that I've been working on for a while. I have yet to pay for the pro version of Canva because there's so much you can do in the free version. Don't buy into the things that people say you have to pay for, because you do not. You can do so well with free. And honestly, you'll save yourself and your bank account a lot of money that way. So I highly recommend checking into whatever program works best for you. I used to pay for Adobe because I was in the creative world a lot more, but as soon as I could give up that monthly expense, I did, and I do not regret it. So that's my personal advice. Try free first. I will say it over and over again, probably a few times throughout the next 5 sessions. Try free first, grow into paid versions. Use what you're comfortable with, master one social profile at a time. Give yourself a break to not be the pro right out the gate. It's not worth it. Trust me. Done it. Burnout. It's not great. So allow yourself to learn and to grow into these programs and these tools. So I asked some of my colleagues in the business and different professions what was their comments, or what would be their tips for anybody looking to start a side hustle or grow a side hustle. And these were some of them. So the first comment was, first, you could figure out your goal with the side hustle. Is it to go make extra money? Do you want it to grow into your main gig? How are you going to approach this, and how will you be looking to expand or to steady this? Even if you have a small goal, take it seriously. It helps to consult a lot of people around you who have been in the industry longer and do some basic market research, like pricing and what others are offering. That way you know you're on track and you're not overpricing yourself or overstepping. Always network. Entrepreneurship can be lonely and tough, so meet other entrepreneurs. My best place to go and meet entrepreneurs is Eventbrite. I spent 2.5 years and I went to over 300 events, just networking once COVID ended. And that's how I built my network. And now I live in a pretty small, well, I live in Halifax, so it's decently small compared to other cities in the country. But I can show up at 2 events and I know 10 to 25 people at that event because I went to so many and saw the same people so many times and built quality relationships with them. But I found them through Eventbrite. So I highly recommend just looking for networking things on Eventbrite, Facebook, whatever it is around you, and going and putting yourself out there and meeting people, as terrifying as it is. Don't expect to make millions. Set realistic goals in networking. And whether you're testing the market long term or need quick cash in the short term, it's best to start with offering something to somebody else than trying to get something from somebody else. And the last piece was keep learning about the industry. YouTube, again, this is another expert in the industry. YouTube is full of helpful content. And when you're starting, find your unique value that sets you apart. We are going to get into more value propositions in other weeks, so come back for more. But whenever you're starting something, the goal is to find a gap or to find something that sets you apart from other people on the market. And don't be afraid to go into the market if somebody's already there, right? I'll use Nova Scotia for an example. There are 100 and something wedding photographers in our province, but not every person that gets married is going to want the same photographer. So if we only had 10 photographers in this province, we'd have a lot of people searching out of province for their wedding photographer. So just because somebody is there doesn't mean there isn't room for you. It might mean it's a little bit harder, but doesn't mean it's not worth it, especially if you're viewing it as a side hustle, right? If you don't need it to be your full-time gig, if you're just looking for some extra cash or a passion that makes you money, don't be afraid to start something, even if somebody's already there. Instead, see if you can collaborate with them. Maybe you create a sub part of their company, or you do some independent work. Whatever it is, just, get your feet wet, step in, see what happens, and then you can kind of build and grow and navigate from there. Mentorship and networking. I kind of touched on networking already. Mentorship is super important. It's critical. It's a key to survival. I tell you, I constantly meet with mentors, and Futurepreneur has an awesome mentorship program when you get one of their loans. We partner with a lot of organizations that do mentorship. Face ourselves don't provide mentorship in the traditional sense. However, if you're looking for feedback, or if you're looking for information, or if you need some help, that's what I'm here for. I'm happy to have conversations with you and see how I can help guide you and set you up. I might not be the mentor that you need in your industry, but I can certainly help guide you in the right direction to find one or to find a program that would offer one. And mentorship can honestly be a make or break. If you can learn from somebody else's mistakes or somebody else's successes, and take that to heart and figure out how that's going to apply to you, that will make a world of difference. Doesn't mean you're going to do everything they did the exact same way, because they did it before you, so times were different. They're a different person. The way they manage things are differently, but it means you can take that, you can learn from it, and you can grow from it. So ask a lot of questions, find a mentor or a couple. Maybe they're in your industry, maybe they're not in your industry. Just don't be afraid to ask and seek out other people who are ahead of you and who can help guide you. And then networking, One of my favorite sayings is your network is your net worth. I launched a business a couple years ago as a marketing firm. I've since sold off my shares to it. But when we launched, I had a partner, we went into our collective networks. And within 6 weeks of us launching the business, we had over $40,000 in invoices because we each had a solid network. We said, hey, this is what we're doing. This is the clients we're looking for. We'd love for you to be a part of it. And our network went and did marketing for us. So we did not pay a dime in ads because we both had spent so much time building up our network. Instead, we had a team, we had a community around us who were excited for us and did our marketing for us. And that is the true value of networking. They are there to be your team. They're there to build you up. They're there to catch you when you fall. Personal story here, I had a business go bankrupt at the beginning of 2023, and my network, rather than disappearing on me because I was no longer in business, instead came beside me. They helped me figure out what I wanted to do next. They helped me navigate the business landscape because COVID just kind of shut that industry down really hard, and it was the best decision to just let it go. But a solid network, regardless if they're in your industry, are going to be the people that carry you through. And I will say that time and time again, your network is so valuable and is so important. And building strong relationships that aren't transactional, but they're actually relational, will take you so far. Whether your business succeeds or not in life, it'll just take you so far. So don't negate the networking part. It is so important to succeeding in and outside of business. Okay, so some documents to obtain, whether you're looking for a loan or just starting a side hustle: business plan, financial statements, tax documents. Fun stuff, I know, it's so exciting. So business plan, as I mentioned earlier, is the primary business objective. In there, you're going to have your product and service, you're going to have the pricing breakdown, you're going to have your target market, you're going to have who are your competitors nearby or far. Who are you looking at? Who are you taking inspiration from, but also hoping to compete with a little bit? And you're also going to have the details of your business. Who are the owners? Why is this important? What's the business mission, vision, and values or goals? In your business plan, as I said, it's going to grow, it's going to adapt. So keep that in mind. It's not a one-hit wonder. You're going to keep adding information or taking information out, and it's going to grow alongside you. And financial statements, we're also hoping that they are going to grow alongside you, and we're hoping they're going to grow up. So for financial statements, when it comes to applying for things, we want to see any highlights. We want to see projections 2 to 3 years, a balance sheet. So this balances out all of the different areas of your financial landscape. And Wave and QuickBooks will do those automatically and populate that for you. An income statement helps us analyze revenue trend, profit margins, and your cash flow areas. Cash flow statements provide a detailed breakdown of a company's cash inflows and outflows over a specific period. And then corporate documents or tax documents, we're looking to see if you're incorporated or if you registered with your local provincial joint stocks. So if you're sole proprietor or partnership, we want to ensure that you have that registration ready and that you're taking that seriously and applying for all of that stuff. And then this is just a fun added little thing about Face. We have an online platform where you can create a free account. And in that account, you'll see all kinds of resources and education tools for you to use. On the left-hand side, you can see we have the dashboard, and that's where you'll open up to. Loans is where you would apply for a loan if you choose to do so. The Knowledge Center has a bunch of education videos. Funding has other funding resources that are available to you, like Futurepreneurs programs in there. So if you're looking for additional funding, or if you're looking for other funding that's not us, because you want to go elsewhere, that's where you would find it. And then Black businesses, second one from the bottom, that's where you can actually promote your business for free. So we have a national directory there. And when you create an account, you have the option to also promote your business. And in there, anybody who has an account can go and they can see other businesses in their area or across the country. I know when I'm hosting events for FACE, I always check our business directory to see if there's any venues or caterers from that directory first, so that we can support local as much as possible and to spread the word. So if you have a business and you're looking, even if it's just a side hustle and you're just starting and you just want to see what it's like to create a business profile, this is a great starting point. We also have a Facebook group, which is very active. We're grateful for the ability to create a space for you guys to connect with one another. So you can join the Facebook group. You can promote your business in there. You can promote events in there. You can ask questions, get feedback, connect with other entrepreneurs. And it's just a solid place to be if you're looking for some more community. I highly recommend this being your starting point if you haven't already started trying to create your network. Or if you have and you just want more, head on over. We would love to chat. So yes, that is FACE and side hustles in a nutshell, because I wanted to be aware of time